to the ocean and wandered.
I want to be travelling mighty waters and carrying powerful kings. I'll be the strongest ship in the world.
The third little tree looked down at the valley below where busy men and busy women were working in a busy town, and he said,
I don't want to leave the mountaintop at all. I want to grow so tall that when people stop to look at me, they'll raise their eyes to heaven and think of God. I'll be the tallest tree in the world.
Years passed, the rain came, and the sun shone, and the three little trees grew tall. One day, three woodcutters climbed the mountain top. The first woodcutter looked at the first tree and said, and with a sweep of his shining axe, the first tree fell.
Now I shall be made into a beautiful chest. I shall hold wonderful treasures.
The second woodcutter looked at the second tree and said, and with the sweep of his shining axe, the second tree fell.
Now I shall be sailing mighty waters and carrying powerful kings.
The third tree felt her heart sink as the last woodcutter looked her way. She stood tall, bravely pointing to heaven, but the woodcutter never even looked up. Then the woodcutter said, and with the sweep of his shining axe, the third tree fell. The first tree rejoiced as the woodcutter brought her to a carpenter's shop.
With this tree, I'll make a big box for the animals.
The second tree smiled as the woodcutter brought her to a shipyard.
Now I shall be the strongest tree in the world, and I will carry mighty kings.
But no mighty sailing ship was made that day. Instead, her one strong beams were hammered and made into a simple boat.
Oh no, I'm just a simple fishing boat. I'm too small and too weak to sail to an ocean or even a river. I can only sail in a little lake.
The third tree was confused when the woodcutter cut her into strong beams and left her in the lumber yard.
What happened? All I ever wanted was to stay on the mountaintop and point to God.
Many, many days and nights passed. The three little trees almost forgot their dreams. But one night, a golden starlight poured over the first tree as a young woman placed a newborn baby into a feed box.
I wish I could make a cradle for him.
The mother squeezed his hand and smiled as the starlight shone over the smooth and sturdy wood.
Oh, I'm holding the greatest treasure in the world.
One evening, a tired traveller and his friends crowded into an old fishing boat. The tired traveller fell asleep as the second tree sailed quietly out into the lake. Suddenly, a thundering, thrashing storm arose. The second tree shuddered.
I'm a simple boat. I don't have strength to carry these passengers safely through with the wind and the rain. Wake up, Jesus, there's a storm.
The tired man woke up, stretched out his hands, and said,
You guys have a help!
The storm stopped as quickly as it began.
Oh, I'm carrying the King of Heaven and Earth.
One strange morning, the third tree was awoken to find her beams yanked out of a forgotten woodpile. But on Sunday morning, when the sun rose and the earth trembled with joy beneath her, the third tree said,
Now I know that God's love has changed everything. I feel so strong. From now on, when people see me, they'll think of God. That is better than being the tallest tree in the world.
God always has a plan and a purpose for everything that he does. Sometimes the dreams that we have for ourselves are much smaller than the ones that God has in store for us. God uses the dreams of the three little trees to be used for his plan and his purpose. A tiny manger held the greatest treasure in the world. A tiny ship held the King of Kings, and a strong tall cross points us to Jesus to this very day, reminding us of a way that we can enter into his kingdom. God gives us a chance to live for him if we choose. Choose in our hearts to trust and believe in the Savior Jesus that we celebrate at Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.